I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter.
And given the nature of the rivalry between these teams, expect emotions to be running high. Both teams have to feel a little on edge right now.
I think it's always that way when these guys get together. The fans and the players are jacked up. Even the vendors are ramped up, talking stuff. It's a special matchup for sure.
Clark, one thing to note when you play the Bucks, they don't give up many offensive rebounds.
Yeah, that's exactly right, B.A. Against Milwaukee, your first shot in each possession is probably and likely going to be your last shot. Some teams don't even try for second chance opportunities against the Bucks. They're such a strong defensive rebounding team.
A pretty big component of Cunningham's game. He knows how to produce from the arc.
And the call will be against Brandon Ingram. That's his first foul of the game.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Toronto on D. It's a three-point game. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Giannis is a monster around the rim. Too easy there.
Here's Toronto with the ball. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I talked with the Raptors head coach earlier. We talked about facing a premier defender like Anthony Davis, and Coach told me AD is obviously a tremendous offensive player, but his impact on D is even greater. He's an elite rim protector, and he moves like a wing out there on the perimeter. Without a doubt, Davis covers a lot of ground defensively. Back to you, VA.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And that one's good. Porzingis.
I think you've got to run Porzingis off of his shots. I mean, you can't let him get comfortable because he'll knock him down.
And it's Simons missing.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
And the officials call a traveling violation. Here's Antetokounmpo. Banked it in off the glass. Antetokounmpo has got his second basket.
You know, this is where Giannis still does most of his damage. He has the size, athleticism, and shot repertoire to hurt you inside.
Now here's Cunningham. A proven scorer in this league, averaging just over 25 a game. Clock at 6. Goes in for the dunk.
There's Cunningham showing off that leaping ability. Outstanding finish with the slam.
And make no mistake, Cade Cunningham is the engine of this team, Grant.
Man, his vision and playmaking are crucial to the offense. Coach trusts him to make the right reads and set up his teammates. He has cut down on mistakes and is rounding into an elite point guard.
Here's Cunningham. After the basket by Milwaukee on the other end. Kicks it out to Williamson. Giannis with the rebound.
Uh-oh. Changed his mind on the way up and tricked himself.
Pass to Porzingis. Antetokounmpo outside. Lets it go from 14. Again, Milwaukee.
Giannis has added the mid-range game to his arsenal, and he's very effective from there.
Out to the right wing. Back to Richards. Kicks it out to Cunningham. Lets the three fly. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Outside Jones. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Back to Jones. No good on the triple. Raptors trail by 4. The drive by Simons. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham.
This close in, Simons is consistent. The defense really can't allow him to find that look.
They kick it out to Porzingis. He drops it from range. Porzingis has got 6 points.
Intelligent basketball. Keep feeding the hot hand.
Pass to Cunningham. In the air. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
When a guy has a 7'6" wingspan like Porzingis does, it's just tough to get away from him or get by him. That allows him to block a lot of shots.
And it's Simons with the ball for Toronto. Oh, big time right there.
And that's what we've come to expect from Zion. Exactly.
Got a piece of it. Cunningham with the ball. Guarded by Antetokounmpo. Oh, Williamson throws it down.
And you can tell they're in sync right now. Expertly turning the steal into fast break points.
Back to Jackson. Pass to Jones. Antetokounmpo outside. There's Jackson with the 3. Richards pulls it in. Now here's Williamson.
Even as much as we've seen him, we still marvel at the power of Zion around the basket. It's hard for a defender to deal with this kind of strength.
Toronto shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. Ties it up, and his next one could give him the lead.
Yeah, the physical abilities of Zion are truly next level. His build, his strength, I mean, it makes him difficult to defend and totally unique.
And now they lead as the free throw drops in for him. And here's Milwaukee now. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. On the wing, Jones. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Right side Ingram. Simons has the open look. And yes, it goes. Got a little English on that one.
They keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter. We're all tied up. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, what stands out to you from Toronto in this one?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
And, you know, for them, guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian, Anthony Davis is letting it fly. He said, the way that teams are playing me, I've been getting back to the mid-range. It's an easier shot instead of fighting the double team, so that's all it is, continuing to trust it and shoot it. Brian, we've seen that jumper be a real weapon for him.
Yeah, that's a good call, Allie. Thanks.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Substitution on the court.
Now Cunningham. Here's the 3. To the right side. Shot clock at 5. Back to Williamson. Tilly grabs a board.
You will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
Jackson outside. Puts up a three. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
You know, guys, KP sometimes is just overwhelming. I mean, when he gets good positioning, he sometimes just forces the defense to foul.
And he makes a first. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
And here's Simons outside. Fires in the triple. Simons got 7 points.
And it's tough to defend the pick and roll with Simons running it. He's got a great sense of that set.
There's Jackson with the three. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for three.
13 foul. At the line for the Bucks, Jackson. 3 shots.
And that one falls for Jackson. And he's good on the second.
I love it. In attack mode, drawing foul calls this quarter and getting to the free throw line.
My kind of hoop. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Here's Ingram. Antetokounmpo with the block.
The reach, the athleticism, the timing, no surprise. Giannis swatted that one away.
Tilly. The shot off that time. Good D by Williamson. And out of bounds. Milwaukee will have it. Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Outside Jones. Let's go with a three. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in.
They are shooting nearly 50% from beyond the arc, and their confidence is growing.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. And stolen by Jackson. Porzingis with it. Richards picks him up. Pass to Jackson. Antetokounmpo outside. Here's Jones. Off target from three-point range.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Antetokounmpo with the block. And here they come. On up the court. Here's Tilly. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. Now, for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Cunningham outside. Pass to Simons. He gets going. Kicks it out to Williamson. 5 to shoot. And it's Simons missing. The Bucks leading by 5. Inside. Kicks it out to Jackson. Connects from downtown. Jackson's got 5 now.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Cunningham outside. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Ooh, Cunningham making moves inside.
And getting up close and personal, Cunningham knows he can get his shot to go inside.
Jackson outside. Pass to Tilly. Here's Jones. Jackson on the wing. Left side Jones. Jackson on the wing. He's got 5. Raptors trail by 6. To the paint. Here's Richards. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
And so here is Toronto. Down low. Deflects the pass. Jones from outside. On target from range. 9 points in the game.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Yeah, they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
There's Simons with a three. Tilly grabs a board. And here are the Bucks now. They're on a 16-7 run. Jones from outside. And another three for Milwaukee.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Crafty move. Pass to Williamson. 4 on the clock. Picked by Williamson. And the Raptors miss again.
For the defense refusing to give up anything easy. Love seeing that kind of intensity.
And he's got his 4th free throw of the game.
At the line for
And the free throw, no good.
And you know, when healthy, Porzingis is a problem, man. I mean, this guy is so hard to match up against because of his skill and his size.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside, DiVincenzo. Smith. Out to DiVincenzo. The 3 ball. They get it back, and they'll get another chance. 3-pointer. The shot no good. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks earning this break in the action, up 10. Hey, 3 points is better than 2. They built this lead by tacking on that extra point at the end of possession. We'll be back in a moment. And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. It's a 10-point game. Outside Herter. Left side Johnson. To the inside. Here's Sabonis. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Sabonis has got his first points of the night.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Outside, DiVincenzo shoots over Johnson. DiVincenzo can't hit.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Look, Grant, in the spring of 2024, a remarkable streak ended. Domantas Sabonis had recorded 61 consecutive double-doubles.
Yeah, it was the longest streak since the merger back in 1976. Now, Sabonis has led the NBA in rebounding multiple years. Plus, he has averaged 8 assists in a season, so that is big-time production.
Always among the league leaders in throwdowns, AD's tough around that rack.
Milwaukee leading by 8. The 3, DiVincenzo. Ooh, some solid defense from Herter.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. The 3, Smith. Rebound, Toronto. DiVincenzo with a steal. Fires for 3. Sinks it from distance. DiVincenzo's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is highly encouraged by the growth of the game. He said, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation team sport in the United States. Boys and girls are playing basketball in record numbers. Love to hear it, Brian.
No doubt. The game's in a great place right now, Allie. Thank you. And stolen by Herter. And now the Raptors on the break. Here's Winslow. Rebound collected by Anthony Davis.
And that's a low percentage shot, and I'm sure he knows it.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
Here's Herter. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Herter's got his first points in this one.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
Kicks it out to Smart. Takes the 3. The shot, no good.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
Outside Johnson. Sabonis, left side. Just 5 on the clock. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Sabonis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, you got to do a lot more than that to stop Sabonis now. I mean, he is used to overcoming aggressive defense.
And the NBA has made a significant investment in the G League over the years. Grant, you can really see the impact it's had.
Yeah, BA, and it's grown into a real minor league for the NBA. The NBA needed something like that for a long time, and it's helped the product.
Yep, that one goes. Simons has got 9.
And, you know, Ingram isn't just a sensational scorer. He also passes the ball pretty well.
Pass to Tilly. From the arc. Buries it from 3. And the Bucks lead by 11.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Ingram on the wing. Williamson inside. He has 6. Oh, the dunk by Williamson.
Yeah, no doubt Williamson's one of the most powerful dunkers the NBA has ever seen.
For 3, DiVincenzo. Rebound, Toronto.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
No, stop it in there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity in a 3-point play. Cade Cunningham picks that one up. And now we get a little perspective here on how the hustle game has been for Milwaukee.
Just a great job running the floor in transition. Now, he realized they were tiring out the defense early, and they took full advantage.
And the defense has been disruptive, forcing turnovers, challenging shots. The turnovers they've been able to turn into points, too.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Give him 8 points now.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
To the wing, right side. Tilly, no good. Raptors trail by 12. Poke loose. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Simons. For 3, DiVincenzo. Richards pulls it in.
Yeah, just a little off his game this quarter. He's trying to work his way into a rhythm. Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from 3-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And it's Simons missing. The Bucks leading by 15. Outside, DiVincenzo. Fires the 3. Rebound, Toronto.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Simons' shot is good.
He's just showing off tonight. Simons, an explosive scorer with great energy.
Up top, DiVincenzo. 9 points in the game. Porzingis misses. To the middle. Here's Richards. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Time called here. The Raptors decide to talk it over.
They're rushing things offensively, and their impatience has led to carelessness.
Timeout called. The Raptors. And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
With your north side crew. Show us some love, fans.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks ending the quarter up 10. Their defense has forced a number of key turnovers, giving them a clear advantage on possessions. We'll be right back. Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Now here's Jackson. Pass to DiVincenzo. Launches a three. Rebound Toronto.
Sometimes it's just not your night. Fortunately, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Back to Simons. Now here's Richards. Defended by Porzingis. Here's Ingram. Off the mark. Had a chance there to trim it to single digits. Out to DiVincenzo. And stolen by Cunningham. Here's Williamson. Tilly grabs a board. Milwaukee leading by 10. Porzingis up top. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. They could get back within single digits of the lead. Pass to Richards. Simons outside. Richards with a screen from 15 feet away. And with that one, the deficit trimmed to single digits.
It's never easy trying to keep him off the glass. He's an absolute beast down there.
Jackson on the wing. Lets it go from deep. Sinks the tray. And the Bucks lead by 11.
Good find that time by DiVincenzo. An unselfish player always looking to make the extra pass.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
The Bucks leading by 8. Here's Porzingis. Oh, look out! Porzingis!
Nights like this tonight, I mean, that's why you pay Porzingis max money at times. He simply just carries the offense.
Timeout called, Raptors.
You see yourself on the screen and you select your best move.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The head coach of the Raptors had some words for his team over the break. Coach was seething about the turnovers. He said, I love everything we're doing but the turnovers. They're killing us. Let's clean up that before it sinks us.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Yeah, can you say total package? Cunningham, the prototype guard these days. Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
The 3, DiVincenzo. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist. DiVincenzo's got 12 points in just the second half. Cunningham. Missed inside.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Out to DiVincenzo. Shoots over Simons. Outside Porzingis. There's the triple. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
Oh, wow! Highlight dunk from Zion.
And giving them what they want, the incredible dunking ability of Zion on full display.
Pass to Porzingis. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Raptors trail by 14. Here's Simons. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Simons with a steal. Williamson with it. Cunningham looking it over. The three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Jones from outside. Rebound Toronto.
You know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not.
Oh, my goodness!
Disrespectful. I mean, he's just so electric. Simons putting on a show.
DiVincenzo on the wing. Offline with a 3. Not a lot of time left for the Raptors in this one. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Zion Williamson. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
On the wing, Davis. Jackson for 3. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Jackson's got 6 in the quarter.
Simply found the open man there because he read the defense. Well done by Davis.
And stolen by Cunningham. Antetokounmpo with the block. Another shot. And that one's good. Cunningham.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Jones, his shot is good.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Bucks.
They looked to run anytime they could.
They set the tone with their pace. Their transition game was excellent.
And this will give them their 7th win of the year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season. You love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to be seeing them that often.
And we get spoiled sometimes, but we should take a second to appreciate what a sensational performance this has been for Kristaps Porzingis.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
Releases. Simons with a rebound. And it's Toronto's ball. Trailing by 19. Cunningham has the open look. And again, Toronto no good. Milwaukee with the ball. To the inside. Here's Porzingis. Porzingis can't get that one to fall. So this one belongs to the Bucks. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
The crowd is... assembled looking for a Bucks home victory here in Milwaukee, and we've got it for you right here on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines. This road trip for the Magic kicking things off here in this one.
Yeah, and I think they feel confident about this matchup. They had the advantage first time round, and we'll see what adjustments come from the other side.
Yeah, they should expect a more motivated team this time around. Revenge is a very powerful motivator.
Watching Davis run up court, very light on his feet for a big fella.
The three-point shot, so important in today's NBA, and a major part of the game plan, Greg, for both of these teams.
And we can expect to see a high volume of shots from beyond the arc in this one. I'm looking for whichever squad is able to create more havoc and throw the opposing shooters off their rhythm.
Ariza no look. About a minute played so far here in the first. Right side, Porzingis. Shoots from the elbow. Orlando grabs the miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Booker. The baseline jumper goes down. Booker's got 5 now.
And that's lethal. I love how Booker's eyes light up when he gets a mid-range opportunity.
To the middle. And here we go. Ariza heading to the hoop.
Tremendous effort getting the steal, then getting the ball up the court.
And for a coach, you always appreciate when you're able to turn a stop into a score.
It's been a quick start for Orlando. GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
Outside, Jones. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist.
And Jones showing you his basketball IQ there. Knows exactly when to shoot off the catch.
Here's Booker. Lays it up off the glass. 10 points for him.
Well, he has owned this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
On the wing, Jones. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by McDaniel. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Darko Rajakovic and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. Now, I brought up Devin Booker's name, and he winced a little. He said, "Can I tell you something? I'm worried about Booker. I'm ready to double up on him and fight the good fight, but if he gets hot, we're in trouble." So, I guess it's hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Booker, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Bucks trail by 6. Outside, Jones. No good with the triple.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Here's Tatum. Giannis with some nice D.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
The free throw drops for Jackson. Now, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
And that one, good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
From deep. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Jackson's got his second basket of the night. Tatum a screen. And oh, he rips it and jams it right over Porzingis. Wow.
Wow, what a slam. Tatum not messing around right there.
Outside, Jones. On the wing, Jackson. No good on the triple.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Inside. And it's Jones finishing it off.
Well, when guys like Jones elevate, watch out.
A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got 14.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Here's Tilly. And it's off from three-point range. And so Booker will bring it up for Orlando. 4-point game. There's the triple. No good that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Launches it. Orlando grabs the miss. Booker outside. Drives to the hoop. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Here's Ariza. Here he goes. And Ariza slams it home.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And so it's Orlando with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Orlando.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside. And you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And also, they've been draining mid-range jump shots, measuring the defense well, and just taking what they give them.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Bucks trailed by 6. Outside, Smart. Bucks passing it around. Pass to Davis. Back to DiVincenzo. It's Davis on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Smart misses. Orlando leading by 6. Working his way from scout to head coach, Jamal Mosley was a longtime assistant under Rick Carlisle. He has paid his dues, Coach.
Yeah, and Kevin, I really admire the guys that put in the time, as you say, pay their dues and get themselves ready for when they get the opportunity. There's a lot of outstanding younger coaches in this league, and Jamal Mosley's as good as any of them.
Yep, I would agree. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. In the corner, Smart with it. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Still scoreless. And it's in there.
Yeah, the added muscle Davis has put on, helping him on these tough finishes. Flexing on him there.
On the arc. Offensive rebound. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
It'll be a jump ball.
Pass to Isaac. Down low. Lock at 6. Now Shepard lays it up and banks it in. Shepard's got his first bucket in this one.
Number 17.
Bucks trailed by 5. Right side Davis. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Can't connect from long distance. Here's Harrelson. Drains the three-pointer. Harrelson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Smart wide open, he fires. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Well, this is how competitive Smart is. You drain a 3 on him, he's coming for revenge.
3-pointer. And again, it's Orlando with a 3.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first. Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What you got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, thank you very much. Anthony Davis broke his defense down for me. He said, I can block shots, switch on to anybody, guard the pick and roll, I can guard the post, I can guard the pin down. So that's my ability. My ability defensively is to do everything. Kevin?
And he does everything. David, thank you so much. That's tipped. Smart with the steal. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. There's Harrelson, who's got 5. Here's Shepard. And Davis pulls it down. Bucks trailed by 7. Here's Smith. And the dunk by Smith.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Here's Harrelson. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And you know what? Saved what was likely to be a dunk.
Milwaukee shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. The first one falls. Stan, isn't it terrific? We're seeing these great stars in the NBA extending their careers more than ever before.
We certainly are, Kevin, and it's great for the league. The league keeps getting younger, though. These guys come into the league earlier, but I think what players have learned, it's not even just the basketball part. It's the strength and conditioning. It's the nutrition They've taken care of themselves better, and that allows them to last longer. Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Fires for three. The rebound by Shepard. Orlando leading by 7. .109 left to play here in the half. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's Harrelson, and he goes in for the dunk.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. To the wing on the left. And here's Marshall from the arc. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
To the paint. Here's Shepard. Got it. For his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Out to the right wing. Marshall gets the bucket.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Here's Harrelson. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
Here's Smart. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Well, good-looking 3 there from Smart. He knocks down his fair share of those.
Goes back up. Sweet move.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Orlando shooting their first free throws of this. First free throw is good.
Number 17.
Good on both. Here's DiVincenzo. Here's Harrelson. And we finished 1 half of basketball. Magic out in front, leading by 7. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And we've got 3rd quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They trail by 7. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them.
And that's the beauty of Giannis. Always been a willing passer and can find the open man once the D focuses in on him.
Here's Booker. Porzingis with the block. Antetokounmpo inside. Here's Ariza. The rebound by the Bucks. Right side Jackson. Off target from 3-point range. Magic leading by 4.
And you watch Jason Tatum. Year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
That halftime break didn't seem to do them any favors, starting off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Booker pulls it in. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Here's Booker. He's got 14. Booker hammers it down.
And we see this so often from Booker because he has the green light to take any shot he wants.
Outside Jackson. And a miss there on the triple.
Not a great start to the second half, just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here. They've come out a little cold after that halftime break. Just 1 of 5 from the field to start the 3rd quarter.
And not only does he get all the way to the rim in traffic, but how about he goes to the reverse?
You got to be kidding me. That was awesome. Ariza outside. Good D by Giannis.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
Outstanding vision there from the Latvian. Porzingis showing he can read the floor, capable of setting his guys up.
Pass to McDaniels. 6 to shoot. Here's Booker. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
The Bucks trail. Right wing. And stolen by Ariza. Going inside. Oh, he jams it right over Giannis Antetokounmpo. Wow.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Kicks it out to Jones. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Jones has got 8.
Well, Jones likes the corner shot. He's put in the work to get fairly consistent from that end.
And it's good for 2.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Pass to Jackson. 5 on the clock for the tie. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And here we go, the fast break with Giannis. Porzingis with the ball. It's stolen by Ariza. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Booker with no one around. Cans it from downtown. And now a 6-point Magic lead.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there will be more in store.
Jones for 3. Sinks the triple. Jones has got 6 points in the quarter.
And Jones has made huge strides as a three-point shooter since his rookie season. He's now a serious threat from out there. You can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
Well, Coach Van Gundy, you spent a number of seasons with the Orlando Magic franchise. And looking back at that time, what stands out?
Well, Kevin, what stands out for most coaches and jobs, we actually won a lot there, and the winning stands out. I coached a great group of players, inherited not only talent, but guys of high character. It was winning, and it was fun.
We did a lot of winning down there.
We did.
Back to Porzingis. The Bucks working the ball around. 4 on the shot clock. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Left side Ariza. Outside Tatum. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Porzingis.
Well, look, what makes Tatum special is he helps you in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and on the glass.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Here's Giannis. Still yet to score. There's Jackson with the three. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. And the Bucks lead by 1.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D ships. And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. Here's Tilly. No good from outside. Here's Ariza. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
And how much do you love to see a guy with the skill and the nerve to pull off that reverse?
Well, you know, Greg, if it was any other player, it might be surprising. But he is just so good. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. Magic lead. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Magic leading by 3. Pass to McDaniels. Now Booker for 3. Porzingis with the block.
Well, look, if you want to shoot over Porzingis, you got to create more space than that.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Booker taking the hit.
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Tilly. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist. Tilly's got the game tied up here for the Bucks. On the wing, Booker. There's the drive.
And once Booker has some momentum, get out of his way, throwing himself towards the rim off the drive.
And Jones has it in the corner. No good on the 3. And so Booker will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Pass to McDaniels. Booker outside. Kept alive. Great positioning on the putback. And the Magic lead by 4.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. And stolen by Ariza. Oh, and the dunk by Ariza.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And nice use of size by Porzingis inside. Able to practically play on top of the D.
Nice move. And there's a whistle that goes on Herbert Jones. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Booker left side. Screen by McDaniel. Takes a 3.
And they're not having as much success from long range as they did in the first half.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. On the wing, Jones. Off target with his 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Ariza outside. Driving inside. Tilly grabs the rebound. To the inside. Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, at 7-2, Porzingis has a great view of the floor. It allows him to spot open passes.
Kicks it out to Ariza. Outside Tatum. Offensive rebound. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Booker outside. Eyes it again. Puts the move on. For the three. And you know who? Devin Booker.
And they've had the edge in rebounding all night long, and none bigger than that one right there.
Back to Antetokounmpo. Kicks it out to Jones. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
This really speaks to Jones' mental toughness, that he's able to get the big bucket when they need it.
Stolen by Jackson. One-on-one fast break to tie it up. Giannis clean up the fast break.
There is no question Antetokounmpo is a star in this league. This team trusts him to make the big shot.
And it's slammed in by Ariza.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession. Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Tipped away. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Porzingis with a fast break chance. And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. The Bucks making a change here. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Got a chance to listen in on Darko Rajakovic during the huddle. Now with the game in the balance, Coach told his team to play loose. Don't overthink it. We got this far playing our game, and we can win the same way. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. Just 5 on the clock. A rare miss for him.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, you just couldn't get it done.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdowns for the Bucks.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And another area they've separated themselves has been their three-point shooting, making the defense pay for any airspace.
Pass to Tilly. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's Orlando now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Here's Booker. Yes!
How about the focus from Booker? I mean, refusing to let anything stop him from getting that basket.
Giannis outside. Oh, Giannis punches it home!
And a big-time playmaker. When the game is up for grabs, give the rock to Giannis.
Here's Jackson. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It goes on Jason Tatum.
And what a huge sequence that could be.
Wow, a play that might come to define this game.
That might be the play of the game. Yeah, it took just enough off of it for the floater.
And stolen by Booker. Cans it to force overtime.
Gets the big-time shot to fall, folks, and now we're headed to OT.
And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And don't go away. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. And here's Giannis. Pass to Tilly. Now Antetokounmpo. And Jones has it in the corner. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Jones has got the first basket here in overtime for the Bucks. Here's Tatum. Booker outside. Lets it go from deep. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Milwaukee leading by 3. Pass to Davis. It's so easy, Coach, to highlight the athleticism, but there's certainly a mental aspect to the game as well. I know you value that as a coach.
You can never, Kevin, overestimate how important intelligence is. I was in the NBA, or have been around the NBA for 30 years, and I have never seen one really good player who wasn't really smart.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Davis sets a screen. Here's Antetokounmpo. That one wide left. The Magic trailed by 5. Inside. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Don't underestimate Booker's passing ability. He's getting better and better at making plays for others.
To the right side. Here's Tilly. Here's Davis. And finished off by Davis.
Stepping up. Davis is a fantastic option late. You know, with that height and skill set, he's going to get a good look.
Pass to Ariza. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That'll be his second foul of the game. On defense, Milwaukee. For 3, Booker. It counts. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
In textbook mechanics, make it look like it's going in every time. Booker, unreal.
Over to the left wing. T. Nails the tray.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
Tilly's shot is good.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy. And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They've used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
And so the Bucks take the win. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came out in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary.